In today's video, we're going to be looking at a man who spent over $30,000 to look identical to Michael Jackson. We've done quite a lot of impersonation videos on my channel, so let's react to this.
Yo le pongo el cuerpo, el alma y todo mi dinero para ser el mejor imitador de Michael Jackson del mundo. O sea, esta chaqueta me gusta mucho porque en el momento...
I'm sorry, he doesn't look like Michael Jackson, he looks like Ollie London. It's kind of crazy to think that people like this actually exist. Like, this man is breathing oxygen right now. He could be sleeping, farting, pooing, smoking a cigar. Everyone in the world's doing a different thing right now. Like, isn't that kind of crazy? I just find it so bizarre that people will spend lots of money to turn themselves into another human being. I mean, I think he's an impersonator, but isn't it a bit crazy?
Como que vuela como... Y la corona la amo. La corona es lo más. Es como que es otra cosa ya.
I feel like I'm gonna get a bit of slack for this, but here's a mini rant. I hate that this video has subtitles. Like, why can't it be in English? I'm literally the worst whenever it comes to reading things, so we're gonna be sat here for about 8 minutes reading this. You guys, it's like reading a book. I've got a feeling he's from Argentina. Is he like famous in Argentina? Maybe he's a Michael Jackson in Argentina.
Soy Leo Blanco y quiero ser el mejor imitador de Michael Jackson del mundo.
22-year-old Leo has been modifying himself since he was just 15.
He's been modifying himself since he was 15. Does modification mean like surgery? Why is he getting surgery at the age of 15? That's crazy. He better not tell the Instagram influencers where he's getting his surgery done, because they're going to want to get some done as well.
In a bid to transform into the ultimate Michael Jackson impersonator.
But why does he want to become a Michael Jackson impersonator? Michael Jackson has been dead for like 10 years. Like, yes, he was the most famous person in the world and the best artist in the world, but can you not just like let him die? Imagine you died and then somebody was impersonating you. Isn't that low-key kind of disrespectful? I wouldn't know how to feel about that.
Lo veía a Michael constantemente, lo escuchaba, lo sentía su esencia, y entonces de una manera u otra se me fue pegando la forma de hablar, los gustos estéticos.
You didn't really absorb anything because you look like Michael Jackson if he had a heroin addiction. I feel like if I put a wig on, I look-key look like Michael Jackson. Like, I feel like me and him have a really thin face. His is fake, but like mine's natural. Maybe Michael Jackson tried to look like me.
Y era muy doloroso para mí tener una imagen tan diferente a la de él.
So it's not just an impersonation, it is an obsession. He basically said it's very hard for me not to look like him. I mean, it's probably like that because you've spent loads of money to look like him. I think he spent like $30,000. This is an obsession, this isn't normal. This is like Ollie London, but like not as bad. Ollie London is like the worst of the worst. Oh my gosh, he really does look like him.
No se puede hacerse una o dos cirugías, uno después quiere más y más y más. Me operé 4 veces la nariz en total.
4 nose jobs, that's a lot of nose jobs. Apparently plastic surgery is addictive. Like, I know people who get filler in their faces say it's very addictive. It's kind of dangerous, like it's a really bad addiction. I feel like when everyone thinks of addictions, they think of like an alcoholic or like a drug addict, but they wouldn't think of people who get lots of plastic surgery. Like, it literally is a plastic surgery addiction. These people are so insecure, so they chase like an image that's impossible to get. It's kind of like the beauty standards nowadays. The current beauty standards are set around surgery. Like, you literally need surgery to be able to fulfill them.
Me hice los pómulos, me tatué las cejas y mañana mismo me voy a hacer mentón y mandíbula.
He's getting another surgery tomorrow and he's got his eyebrows tattooed on. I've heard of a lot of people who get their eyebrows tattooed, and I'm going to be completely honest, it doesn't look good. I hope he isn't going to want to look like Michael Jackson forever. People probably aren't going to talk about Michael Jackson like 50 years, like he would have been dead for 60. It's crazy that these people exist. Like, I feel bad for him, but then I also don't. We kind of need people like that to look at, to be like, okay, at least I'm normal.
Gasté alrededor de unos $30,000 aproximadamente. No era lo que esperaba, pero creo que al ser mi sueño.
So basically, it's his dream to look like Michael Jackson. I mean, to be honest, my dream is to look like Harry Styles. I don't really know who I want to look like. I feel like I'm really weird. Like, I'm not insecure. Whenever I was growing up, I never had idols who I looked up to. I just kind of like stick to myself. I wonder what Michael Jackson would say about this. Like, how do you think Michael thinks? Do you reckon he's up in heaven looking down at this man and thinking, what in the world's he done with himself? Oh my god, that is so scary. Did you see the way he was just sat there drinking? Imagine if you were down the back of an alleyway and you literally seen this man. You'd be thinking Michael Jackson's still alive. Well, I mean, there are loads of conspiracy theories saying that Michael's still alive, but I think he's dead. But I mean, if I wasn't in Argentina and I seen him, I'd think he'd be still alive. It's so creepy. Like, no offense to Michael Jackson, but he's kind of scary. Like, he does look like a demon. Why would you want to spend money to look like him?
Michael Jackson es mucho más que un artista para mí. Ahí está, mira, ahí va acá de la ventanilla. Me muero. ¡Hola! Nos gusta mucho tener contacto con nuestro público.
They probably want to interact with you because you look so scary. I kind of feel bad for him, like I really do. I say this every single video, but people like this need friends to make them be normal. I'm all for people wanting to be themselves, but this type of behavior is not normal.
Ellos son los que de alguna manera hacen que podamos seguir haciendo todas estas movidas.
Los fans de Michael son increíbles. Siempre están donde vamos.
Does he do this as a job or a hobby? Obviously he's getting money, like he says he does interviews, shows and events. Should I try to be somebody? Should I try to be Michael Jackson? I don't think there's any Michael Jackson impersonators in the UK, so maybe I'll be the first Michael Jackson UK impersonator. I've got a thin nose, high cheekbones and a jawline. All I need is a bit of makeup and a wig. Oh my god, there's more than one.
Gracias. Hola.
Okay, never mind. I thought that was another Michael Jackson impersonator. That's just a normal guy. I kind of feel bad for him. Like, I look, he dragged him. I'm sorry you don't look like Michael. I'm sorry, but he just doesn't look like Michael Jackson. I don't really know much about Michael. I think I've watched 1 or 2 performances. But what we just watched right there was not Michael Jackson. That was like some skinny guy and cocaine. That's so scary. Like, thinking about it now, Michael Jackson was so scary. It's also scary that people are trying to be him. I really hope one day people don't try to be me, because that would be terrifying. Are they just doing this in front of some random shop? It's terrifying, like it's so scary. Imagine you look out the window and you just see somebody trying to be Michael Jackson dancing around in a street. You'd be thinking, what in the world has happened to this world? Everyone's getting the COVID vaccine. We need vaccines for people like him.
Wow, es igual y como Michael, pero es como, ay Dios, me muero. Me encanta su voz, es muy lindo.
Them girls look like they're about 6 years old, so Michael Jackson was literally dead before they were born. He doesn't look like Michael Jackson, not at all. He looks like Michael Jackson if Michael Jackson had like a cocaine addiction and lost all of his weight. He literally looks like Michael Jackson long lost twin. He was drained of all the nutrients in the womb. These Argentina people are evil, like they're really hyping him up when he looks a mess.
Igualito. Físico y el baile extraordinario.
It really is so scary, like these people actually exist. Where is Argentina? I need to see where it is in the world. Okay, so here's Argentina. It's kind of close to the United States, so that explains a lot. I'm telling you, people on that side of the world are crazy. Well, I mean, he's not crazy, he's just a bit weird. You're so happy, but what are you actually happy about? Like, you haven't actually met Michael Jackson. You just met like a lookalike. Can we also talk about how attractive he was before the transformation? Like, we've seen the before photos of him earlier in this video and he was hot.
Están llegando muchas propuestas de show para este fin de semana. Así que podemos hacer algo.
No puedo, me voy a hacer mentón.
So obviously he's obsessed with Michael Jackson. He loves Michael Jackson. I'm fine with that. What happens if he eventually falls out of love with Michael Jackson? Like, imagine if he finds something deep and dark about Michael and he's like, oh my god, why am I trying to be this man? Is he gonna get surgery to look like a normal person again? Like, whenever you get plastic surgery, it's quite hard to look like a normal person.
Estoy realmente muy ansioso por lo que pueda llegar a suceder mañana. Cada cirugía en realidad es como un paso más hacia mi objetivo.
Michael Jackson literally looked messed up because of plastic surgery. So is he gonna try and do the same thing and mess up his face? I feel so bad for this boy because I feel like he's got way too much money. Why is he spending 30 grand to look like somebody who's never gonna be?
Leo's obsession with the King of Pop and his continuous cosmetic procedures have left some of his family members worried.
I've got a feeling that's his mum, and I kind of feel bad for his mum. Like, his mum has literally lost her son and she's basically adopted Michael. It's kind of crazy that these people have families and friends. Like, you wouldn't think that.
¿Mañana qué pasa mañana?
Mañana me voy a hacer el mentón.
Sí, ya sé. ¿Pero vas a ir solo?
No, creo que viene papá.
Si querés te acompaño.
No.
I kind of feel bad for his parents because they've literally lost their son. Like, they've lost Leo. They don't have Leo anymore. I want to see what the comments say. It's sad that he can't be himself. There's only one Michael Jackson. No one else can be him. This is so interesting because Michael did not even want to look like Michael Jackson. Exactly, that's the sad truth. Like, all the comments are agreeing with me, thank God.
¿Por qué me tenés que hacer sufrir tanto?
Vos te lo buscás.
¿Por qué?
Me hubieses hecho más lindo, no me tendría que haber operado.
But that's not the truth. He looked perfectly fine beforehand. He looks an absolute mess now. I feel so bad for his mum. Like, his mum seems so sad. People like that are literally the reason why I'm never going to get plastic surgery, because they always look rubbish afterwards, like they look botched.
Bueno, cada uno como es. A veces te veo y digo, es Leo, es mi hijo. Tengo mucho miedo que se me quede en una cirugía.
I don't think people talk about how dangerous plastic surgery is. Like, it is so easy to die. Nowadays, people are getting BBLs every single way. Did you know that if you get one of them, you've got like a 30% chance of dying? Like, it's so scary that people will do that to their bodies. I feel bad for the poor mum because she genuinely does look terrified and worried.
Tengo miedo porque él entra lo más tranquilo, ya te digo, como si fuera a la peluquería. Pero yo tengo mucho miedo que se me muera.
I'm interested in how he pays for these surgeries. Do his parents pay for them or does he pay for them on his own? I find him so fascinating but also so scary. Like, his job is literally to be somebody else. It's just so weird.
Es la entrada de mi casa. Yo disfruto mucho de tener tanto espacio libre. Tenemos una sala que ahí es donde ensayo, vienen mis bailarines muy seguidos, tenemos un espejo gigante.
So he's got like a whole rehearsal studio in his back garden. His parents look pretty minted, so that's probably why he's getting all this surgery. I feel bad for him, like I really do. I literally see such an insecure person. I'm kind of angry at him, but I'm also kind of angry at the plastic surgeons. I say this every single video, but I mean it. These plastic surgery people literally take these insecure people's money and mess them up. Like, it's so bad, they shouldn't be allowed to do it.
Acá hay una cápsula que yo la utilizo en los shows, que la construí ya hace un tiempo, que es el comienzo de los shows. Acá está.
Wait, so he's got like a literal full-on capsule? I was wondering what he was trying to show us. So whenever he's performing, does he jump in that capsule and then it like lights up and loads of smoke comes out? That's low-key kinda cool. But didn't Michael Jackson like mess up his face? He like caught on fire whenever he was performing. Is this gonna happen to this guy? That was just so terrifying. Like, that literally was so scary. It literally is something out of a horror film. I bet you he makes a fortune during Halloween. How old is he? Like, I'm actually interested in how old he is. I've got a feeling he's quite young. He looks like Michael Jackson, but then he also doesn't. Whenever he's doing his dancing moves, he does, but whenever you see him up close, he really doesn't. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like Instagram versus reality. Like, you're shocked whenever you see him up close, but then he also looks amazing far away.
Sí, yo creo que los resultados están a la vista y de hecho la gente lo ve por la calle y ya enseguida lo reconoce como Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because he looks exactly like him. I feel like I keep saying in this video that he looks like him, but then he also doesn't look like him, but he does look like him, but then he also doesn't. It's such a tongue twister. Like, it's so weird. This person's just like such a strange human being. He looks like Michael Jackson, but then he also doesn't. Like, it's so bizarre.
Con Leo, el procedimiento que vamos a hacer hoy va a ser un tratamiento de contorno facial, contorno mandibular.
Okay, so they're gonna make his chin more square and like masculine. They can't really do that with fillers, so I've got a feeling they're literally gonna put like bolts in his face. I'm telling you, one day he's gonna die during these surgeries. Oh my gosh, they are doing injections like filler.
Mira qué bien sale.
No, esto quedó divino, ¿viste?
I'm sorry, but that doesn't look divine. That looks terrifying. I don't like that doctor. Like, I know she's getting paid to do it, but I still don't like her. I feel like they're partly responsible for him looking that way. Obviously, he's got money and he wants to pay money to look that way. But come on, have a bit of responsibility. Sit back and be like, look, this isn't normal. Get a therapist.
Después de todo este proceso, siento que si bien veo que está como hinchado, como medio adormecida la zona, creo que va a tener un muy buen resultado.
It just looks unnatural, and whenever he was speaking, he looks so sad behind the eyes. He literally looks so depressed. Like, I feel so bad for him. One day he's gonna wake up, look at himself in the mirror and be like, what in the world have I done with my life? His whole personality and life is him chasing after somebody who's dead, who he's never gonna be.
¿Por qué no ir por mi ideal estético? Yo siento que el cuerpo es un envase y artísticamente siento que lo puedo modificar.
I always hear people who get plastic surgery say that. They always talk about how the human body is like a blank white wall and you should be allowed to do graffiti. I'm fine with that. If you want to get plastic surgery, tattoos, anything done to yourself, I'm completely fine. It's just that whenever people like him and Ollie London get it, they take it way too far. It's not normal to turn yourself into Michael Jackson. Like, I feel so bad for him. I just hope that he gets a therapist because he obviously needs one. Anyways guys, that is the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, smash subscribe, and yes, I will see you all in my next video.